Welcome back to Grimnasty TV as we dive into the areas that they do not want us to dive into for obvious reasons. If you take a good look at this picture, it looks like someone spontaneously combusted. All right. And this is what it's showing. There are legs left that are not singed from the heat that is clearly burnt up the wall. We're looking at Holocaust Photoshop type elements. Before we found out the Holocaust was a hoax and all these bodies were photoshopped and people in the trains were photoshopped and people laying in these cubby holes were photoshopped. This is the same style done by the same type method of program before Photoshop comes out. Basically, you will find that they say that we're 20 years behind technology when it's probably hundreds of years behind. But the 20 years creates a simple means of not perceiving that there could be something more extraordinary out there. But as you take a look, this is nothing but the same Photoshop before Photoshop done in the same fashion as the Holocaust. Same thing. Legs that are not burnt up. I mean, you're serious. This is they say that these flames, okay, they come out at 1400 degrees and they're blue like Goku's. Apparently, the occult people that burst in flames, they only end up with yellow flames, which is not the hottest flame, which you can be seen on Queen Latifah's Order in the Court album cover and Wish You Were Here Pink Floyd. Shows that they are at a locked capacity that does not go into the blue. That's what they're showing. Now, what do I feel like as I get closer to this? They talk about the wick of your body. They say the body fat becomes like a wick. But since I don't have any body fat, what's happening is my skin is becoming the wick. So my skin is completely dried out. I've been using coconut oil, all kind of stuff, not trying to let it dry out, but it's a testament of you shouldn't waste coconut oil on your body if you're just going to dry up anyways, you know. But, it's just a testament of showing that one way or another that you're going to do this if you are. You don't have to be big and fat or whatever. So let's read about this. Spontaneous human combustion, SHC. It's an acronym. It's got fictions all over if you penetrate the words. It's a phenomenon in which human beings supposedly burst into flames with no warning and no apparent reason. So they want us to think that we're going to die from this. We see this. Unfortunately, there's too many celebrities dancing around in flames. We've seen The Weeknd do it. We've seen Peter Gabriel sledgehammer saying he slips the skin. No, he says shed my skin. Then there's another artist that says he goes 1,000 miles just to slip the skin. See what I mean? Is that this skin that we're in, they want us to love the skin we're in. That's why they got all this olive oil shit. But the truth is that there's something better underneath. That's what I'm gathering. Sorry to ramble on about this, but let's keep on going into this. While women slightly outnumber men and far more victims are overweight than not. See, all that fat is like a wick. All right, cases of SHE share other characteristics as well. Often the fire is localized to the victim so that the furniture or other objects in the vicinity are not burned, which is not what we're seeing here. See, they want you to be scared. They want you to think there's just going to be some shoes smoking left over. But that's not the case. You turn into what you're meant to be. The only thing that I feel as I get hotter and more dry is an overwhelming gratuitous sensation. Whenever I have ejaculates now, they are massive. They are just like all over everywhere, running down your hands. Like, what the hell? Kind of a mess. You see what I mean? The sensation of it is quadrupled. It's like you got to hang on to something. So what we are on the inside that is being unlocked through this heat is something that is ultra gratifying, and it needs to be shown to us like this. Kind of like, don't stare in the sun or you're going to go blind. They need us to see it like this so we don't do it. And I'm starting to put this together. I need to do this for myself because, hey, if I do this, you see what I mean? You got to know what the fuck you're doing. Like, hey, so what? What do you mean legs are left behind? Like, it's completely unscathed legs. Like, those legs will be black if they sat next to 1400 degrees. So this is bullshit. This is a fake Photoshop. I mean, take a look. I mean, they said it is localized to the victim, but that's not the case in the picture. In addition, the body is typically damaged more severely than normally seen in cases of which people die from ordinary fires. In fact, some cases, the body burned beyond recognition suggests that a fire of extreme intensity, most of the time, SCH occurs to the victim is alone, making it difficult to confirm that the fire was truly spontaneous. Why when you're alone? Like, why does it need to happen when you're alone? Very interesting. Almost to suggest that the fire itself was conscious and it was waiting for the right moment to not create any innocent bystanders. Sounds like to me. Like this fire is intelligent. All right, so nonetheless, there are some stories of SCG occurring in front of dozens of witnesses who claim that there was no apparent source of ignition, such as a lighted candle or a cigarette nearby when the blaze begins. According to these witnesses, SCG fires looked and act differently from ordinary fires they've seen. Someone said that SCG victims burn with blue flames. See, that is the hottest flame it can possibly be. It's about 1400 degrees. So the Goku, if you Google it, you'll see that Goku's got blue flames on him. That's pretty much it. See, what I'm seeing here is that none of these occult people got blue flames. They only got that yellow shit that comes off the lighter. See what I mean? They're like trapped at a lower capacity that makes them controlled. And we can't be controlled. Once we take on this blue, or you get in the blue, like the blue dome, the signal gets blue. It's like there's so much blue going on. All right, let's keep going. Wow, Thor's lightning was bluish, kind of. That makes a lot of sense. So the blue flame. Wait, I'm on to something here. All right, so because of the fire's unusual qualities, believers that say that the SCHE must be caused by some unknown physical process, perhaps related to the body chemistry, that produces enough heat within some people to ignite and burn them with great intensity. Propose explanations as to why some of these people would spontaneously combust and not others, but see to say that the answer lies in the fact that most of the victims are highly emotionally stated in the moments before bursting. So this is what I was also talking about. I said that you keep it up paper thin up there. You could just be somebody that's not protected by the creator and you ain't got shit to worry about, because if you get emotional, somebody coming at you with a gun or something, your shit's just gonna blow. They need that shit to stay under wraps, but unfortunately, you guys already start sun gazing and electrocuting yourself with those bands. It is inevitable that your electricity is in a state to where it could be consciously acting outside of the confines of being calcified. You know what I mean? It's like your electricity is going to protect you. Very interesting. This suggests believers theorize and the victim's emotional state creates the energy that then causes the cells in his or her body, if cells are even real in the first place, to spark and ignite the body's fat. Or, if you don't have any body fat, your skin is going to be drier than a motherfucker. It needs a wick, it says. It needs a wick to continuously burn. If you look at Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, his whole gut is completely hollowed out. It seems like you burst into flame. And, So I'm trying to wrap my mind around this, because this is obviously coming. And it's going to happen to me one way or another. And I just need to fucking just take a look, you know? Everybody's probably watching this like, oh my God. Oh, Grim, you crazy, bro. What you finna do? Oh, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this shit got me nervous too, bro. I'm a little nervous. That's why I'm reading this shit like this. I'm nervous too. Most of the time they say that the cause is careless cigarette smoking combined with the combustible clothing and furniture. Okay. Tobacco is a glue element. If these people wouldn't be sun gazing, then it can't be done by cigarettes that are gluing yourself together more. I'm sure these people are also eating. They can't possibly have spontaneous combustion without the right protocols for them to be able to even explode into spontaneous combustion. They have grown up with a complete block over their head, probably several inches thick around, and they're gonna spontaneously combust. How would they do this with a cigarette and some dry? I'm telling you, man, this shit is nonsense. This is just like the staring in the sun shit. The sun has corrected my vision at least 70% now. I don't even wear glasses anymore, but I still have that 30% that is like what should I say, the anchor of the damage to the eye. Like I still have that little bit that really needs like a Mr. Cheek surgical procedure, perhaps, to or the pineal gland breaks, and then that's the last thing holding back your 20/20 vision and beyond, something like that. All right. John Irving Bentley found burned to death in his bathroom 1966, while Arnold and other believers argue that this is a clear-cut case of SHC. Skeptics note Bentley was a heavy smoker known for dropping ashes on his robe. See how stupid this shit is? Really? You ever known anybody to spontaneously combust out there from smoking cigarettes? Anyone? That shit sounds like some stupid ass bullshit. Like, they're talking to fools when they make these articles, man. I'm telling you, they think that everybody's so stupid that they don't need to make it. And died in a spot where an updraft coming from the basement would have fueled the fire. He was in the bathroom. So where were you when you so you burst into flame in a bathroom, but you was somewhere where the attic could send an updraft? What? This shit doesn't even go together. Golly. He was found burned to death in his bathroom. Where the fuck is a goddamn attic updraft coming from? What? That shit sounds ridiculous. All right, so let's keep going. Scientific studies. Scientists who have studied SHE, however, say that even with lit cigarette in an updraft, it would be very difficult to generate enough heat to produce a similar result. Fucking finally. Those to attribute to SHE, in fact, in order to incinerate bodies to ash, crematoriums use temperature of at least 2,000 degrees. All right, 2,300. But studies have shown that under certain conditions of body fat tissue and digestive system, gases can cause it to burn so hot that the not even the bones. What? Let me read that again. But studies have shown that under certain conditions of body's fat tissue and digestive system, gases can cause it to burn so hot that even the bones will be affected. But your bones are silica, so how can your bones be affected by the blast of crystal beings? Fire would only help the body cleanse toxins. Doesn't sound like you would, this shit is ridiculous. Well, now you see it, folks. They don't want us to burst into flame because it's going to be scary for them. So they need to make us scared, showing us photos like this. You guys have seen spontaneous human combustion in the National Enquirer. It's just bullshit everywhere. I'm telling you, I've seen it in the National Enquirer and standing in a grocery store aisle, checking out more times than I've seen it spoken truly anywhere. Imagine that. So yeah, there you have it. They want us to be afraid of spontaneous combustion. They want us to think that we're going to die. They want us to think that we're going to go blind if you stare into the sun. They want you to think that you're going to kill yourself and have a heart attack if you drink turpentine. It all sounds like nonsense. All of it. So, onward we go through the fire. Because we must live out our fate. Because when you get awake, you stay awake.